Yo, what up? What up, YouTube? What up, SoundCloud? Welcome back to the Spotlight Series here, episode 27 at Lose the Tempo, where we talk about all the trending topics in dance music and showcase upcoming platforms, music, and artists. And today, we got a very special guest today. I want you guys to welcome Optikz. What's going on, Optikz?
How's it going, everybody?
Hey, man, I want to talk about real quick the first time I met you. I want to say it was at a low-end show back in... What was it, 2019? It was like the year before pandemic.
Yeah, it was actually a couple years back. Yeah, I do remember that. It was out there. What was that bar called?
S-Bar. It was
S-Bar, it was.
Low-end shows.
Yeah, it was the first time actually I'd been to a low-end theory show. Great build, great people.
It's actually not a low-end theory show.
Or who was it?
No, it's a low-end show. Like
low, just low. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a mistake. Wait, is it episode 28 or 27? 28? Oh, damn, never mind. Hey, let me correct myself. It's episode 28. Correct myself, But yeah, it was at one of my shows.
Yeah, absolutely, it was.
I met you. You were like, hey, yeah, I like what you're doing with the scene, blah, blah, blah. I'm a DJ as well. I produce music as well. And then from there, I've been seeing you, like, throughout the years, like, make music and post that you've been playing shows and all that. You even worked with a bunch of, like, other events as well. Like,
yeah.
I think you worked with Insomniac or Bvss.
Yeah, so, like, actually, that's when right around the time you met me, I was doing... working for Insomniac's marketing department. I did a lot of work for them up in the Bay Area. I live kind of in Central California. I'm originally from Southern California. I was born and raised here. Moved up there a few years ago just for a change of scenery. Ended up getting a dream job from it because, they had a ton of people in Southern California that could do that job, but not too many people that wanted to go back and forth. And since I'm smack dab in the middle, it was just a really good opportunity to meet a lot of people and do a lot of things and really see at the level of it's also the year that they got bought out by Live Nation to see how things are being done at that level from not only...
They got bought out by Live Nation?
Actually. So I think it was 2018, 2019. They got bought out by Live Nation. They got offered, it was like $100 million basically, just because like as an independent company, Insomniac was sitting there making quarterly $500 million a year. So like to offer them $100 million in access to getting that, because they owned Hard Summer, but because they were being basically shadowed by basically these underground, and not it was a private company at that point. There was no stock in it.
That makes sense.
Like they went public when they got bought out by Live Nation. And then, that came with resources.
I did not know that.
And then actually they got handed, like, I think it was like half of that budget was just to go around buying all those music festivals. Like, that's when they got Hard Summer, Rolling Loud, Forbidden Kingdom.
They're in charge of Forbidden
Kingdom. They own all of it.
Oh my
they own
God.
all of it. So, like, basically, like, it was a great year to kind of, start working for them. And then, I kind of took those people, or, took those situations and those, that experience I had and brought it into... like my own company. I own not a production company, a management and booking company. It started out as a production company, and then
right on.
The direction of it has changed with all the different people that I've brought on board. We're actually going to be doing a rebrand here soon.
For sure.
It's Dark and Disturbed, but like we're adding a whole bunch of new stuff, like new artist wise, new genre wise. But we'll get all into that.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. Oh well, I mean, before we get all into those sweet juicy details, I actually want to do a segment with you called Quick Hits, where it kind of opens up a little bit more about your personality. Kind of like, what is your favorite, whatever, like maybe favorite like food, maybe favorite like interest, maybe just like a little personal. Questionnaire that we do, and we time it as well. So, are you familiar with this segment that we do here called Quick Hits?
No.
Have you seen any of our episodes by chance?
I've seen a little bit. I saw Cody's just because like I managed him. I was trying.
Oh, you manage Cody?
Yeah, I manage Cody.
Wow,
I manage the Boushy. I manage Spaceghost. I manage Tremor, and I also manage Hida and. Off the table with Vero too, but like that's a whole different other story.
Right on, bet.
I try to give as many people that I see that have talent as opportunity. That's my whole thing. Is I'm here because I see a lot of people that are really talented that deserve opportunity.
Yeah, no doubt about it, bro. And like you're doing your thing, giving them those opportunities, bro. So much respect. My artist managers do a lot, bro. Honestly. But let's get into it, bro. This is Quick Hits, and just don't think too much about it. Whatever pops up in your head, just say it, and then we'll time it as well, and you'll be able to see the results on the video as well.
Okay.
So here we go. So once again, YouTube, SoundCloud, get ready. This is a Quick Hits segment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are digging the content. Give us a thumbs up on the video. Let's get it. All right, here we go. First question: what is your social media handle?
Optikz Official.
All right. Favorite DJ software?
Ableton.
Favorite DJ software?
Oh wait, software like VST or like
No, like favorite DJ software.
Oh, Pioneer. Pioneer. Rekordbox.
Favorite production software.
Ableton. Yeah,
Alright,
Ableton.
for sure,
Yeah,
bet.
there we go.
Age you started at?
13.
Bet. All right. Favorite genre of music?
Drum and bass.
Oh, nice.
Jump up. Drum and bass.
All right. Favorite streaming platform?
SoundCloud.
True. Hey.
Yeah, you know.
Favorite BPM?
Well, that's a hard one. I'm caught in between 160, 170, or like 170 and 150. You know.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, okay, 170.
Okay, choose one. All right, I'll fuck with that.
Yeah,
All right. Special skill.
Skateboarding. Yeah, I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, like that's a skill.
You're talking earlier. You're sponsored.
Yeah. I used to be sponsored for skateboarding, but you kind of had to lay back on that after I broke my collarbone.
Hey, we'll talk a little bit more about that
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. First festival.
Wow, that's a good one. There's been a lot. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember the first one. It was definitely something at the NOS Center. It was definitely like I think it was Escape back in 20. Really putting me on the spot here. 20. I snuck into EDC at 2010. Actually, there's a bunch of people, but like, I really don't count that as like a first. I
guess.
I guess you count that. Like,
I'll count that,
running around with some like 19-year-olds at 13.
Yeah. I mean, I consider that. That counts.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. What is your dream festival?
Wow. Rampage.
Hands
down.
To attend or to play?
Both.
Both.
That's my dream.
Hell yeah.
If I could pick any music festival on the planet to play, it's Rampage.
All right, on.
To have the skill to like, because you have to be invited to play there. That's not like something you just like, oh, I apply to play. It's not like an Insomniac.
No, hell no. I said invite only type of deal right
you
there.
have to like
invite only.
Yeah, that's the top tier of dubstep.
Like you in the club, you're in our club. Like come the fuck through.
Exactly. Not just dubstep, but drum and bass too.
You're in the fraternity. You're in the fraternity.
Yeah.
Come through.
I think that the only European festival that's rivaled by that is Tomorrowland. But for specifically what I like.
Yeah, specifically bass music. Rampage is like for sure one of the meccas of bass events around the world.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a name that carries weight no matter where you go.
Yeah, man. So I'm actually very curious because like you had mentioned that your favorite genre of music was drum and bass. Well, man, I want to just get right into as to how you got into EDM. Where did the passion start? How did you get into DJing? How did you get into music production? Take us into the beginnings of. How did you get into all of this, brother?
Kind of like getting back to what I said before. Starting at 13. My dad handed me Fruity Loops and a couple of Newmark CDJs when I was 13.
Oh, right on.
Obviously, not having any formal training, it took me a few years to like, kind of even put my head around production. And, at first it wasn't really about producing. I was getting a lot of opportunities for, just on the business side of things. And actually, there was a period of time where I put down EDM completely and was managing hip hop artists and, getting them booked for like East Coast festivals and stuff like that. But, kind of around, where was it? It's back in the time when the Yost Theater was still around. I don't know if you remember that.
Havoc Thursdays, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So like I used to do a little bit of promotions for them. That was about the time I really got back into EDM, and I was like, wait, I could really do something with this. I had a friend. He makes more hip hop now that I used to make music with. He used to go by Zip Dubs, but
all right.
Me and him used to produce basically every single night, like staying up till the crack of dawn, so to speak.
I remember those nights.
Yeah, I still got those nights.
Yeah, you still have those nights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and that's kind of where the real fundamentals of where I learned, what I know now, for music theory wise, and even then I stopped for another 2 years to go work for Insomniac, and then it kind of came back to right before. It was actually a little bit after I saw you. And a little bit in between, that time and when the whole lockdown started, I kind of had this realization that like, hey, I really love doing this. I have the drive for this for sure.
Right.
So I finally decided that like being a production company wasn't it. Being all these other things, I was here for the music. So at the end of the day, to make music and give back to what I love to do, so to speak. That was the ultimate goal. I like kind of came, full circle to, and realized that like, You know, if I put enough time and energy, just like I did with anything else, you know, some people might say working, for, you know, having that job is this, that, or another, but you know, it's just a lot of work, you know, but at the end of the day, this is a lot of work, but the fruits of your labor are just so like, you know, that feeling when you're playing an original song on stage is just like, I can't put a dollar sign on that feeling, me personally.
I'm telling you, bro, once you like actually understand like what your passion is and you like try to like get more involved and try to like better yourself in that area, it's just another ride, bro, honestly. Like you're just really invested in the journey. I mean, cause like, oh man, like, cause you're trying to do a lot of avenues and you're DJing, you're managing artists. Like, how do you manage that time with that? Like, how do you like kind of like? It's
a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of sleepless nights. I'm like the type of person, I'll go work for 8, 9, 10 hours, come home, produce for 6, 7, and still sit out there and create leads for bookings and all these other stuff. I got stuff going on in Denver. I got stuff going on in Ohio. I got stuff going on in Chicago. I got stuff going on in Florida. And these are just all opportunities that I'm trying to create for, you know, these people that I feel that are, you know, very talented and very worthy of these opportunities. You know, their talent alone speaks for themselves. So, I'm just, you know, giving them the opportunity they so well deserve.
I can relate to that because when I do the low end shows, like I feel the exact same way. Like I don't want to really play these shows. I want to give the time to give the underground artists and give people that, you know,
it gives them a showcase, you know, a platform in which to do what they do best, you know. So
exactly.
That's really what it's about for me, and I guess I'm able to do this because it's something I'm really passionate about. You know, they say when you do what you love, you really don't work a day in your life, and yes, some days are a lot of work, but like I'm still able to manage all of it just because it has my interest. I have, I'm like a very high energy. I do have ADHD, but you know, I'm very high energy. And you know, for something to be me to be doing something very consistently, I have to love what I do. I have to like wake up every day like hungry for it, you know. And that's how I am with music. You know, it gives me a feeling and a you know, a piece of something that, you know, no other thing can give me, you know, like it just it's like you were saying, you know, to find something that makes you happy to truly, you know, kind of truly gives you purpose. So it's like, you know, to just even have something that makes me happy. A lot of people don't even know what makes them happy, you know. So like
people are still in that pursuit of happiness, you know, to see what it is that they like and whatnot.
Don't get it wrong, like I have my financial avenues, you know, I work, I do all this other stuff, but this is this is my dream job, and if I want to make it or, you know, be as successful as anybody else, I have to, you know, even if it means being on overdrive, you know, whatever it takes by any means necessary.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, like, you say that you've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I've seen you work with, like, a bunch of other, you know, event companies and stuff. How's that been for you, working with, like, all these other people, you know, getting your artists placed? Like, tell us a little bit more about that process, you know.
It's been actually really well. I mean, like, I love all the people that I've met along the way, you know, out in Denver and Florida. Shout outs to Magnetic Oasis for having me out, and they just had me out in Orlando with Autocorrect not too long ago. Great people. I love Vince. He's doing some great things over in Denver. You know, for another guy who's, you know, up and coming and just starting out and doing some big moves already, and I love that. You know, I really try to involve myself with people that are just as passionate about what I do, and, you know, are as much of a team player as I am, you know. And, you know, whatever it takes to get the job done, so to speak, if it, you know, it's sleepless nights or, you know, working with new people, or, you know, there's a lot of combinations into getting, you know, these results, and you kind of got to just try everything until you get the result. It's kind of like music making, you know. You just kind of got to try and try.
Trial and error. That
Next thing you know,
might take a week, a day, 2 weeks, 3 months, but you're gonna get it. You just got to keep on. You try to keep on hitting it.
2 years later, here we are. You know, like so.
So it seems like you've traveled around a couple places around the country. I want to ask you something. Besides Los Angeles and like Southern California, what would you say? In terms of shows, like scene, like what area would you say is like popping? For sure, Denver. Like Denver got a really good community.
Well, to say that, each section of the United States has its own subgenres that are really popular. You know, out in the East Coast, you've got a really, you know, heavy trap, and, you know, like the I think people call it wook bass, or, you know, experimental or whatever. You know, the Liquid Strangers and the Wakans, they thrive there. you know, but also too there is a saturation of dubstep. You know, there are some East Coast artists. You know, like you know, like the boy Scafetta. There's a lot of people out of Florida, like John D. The East Coast has its heavy hitters too. You know, so you know, on the West Coast it's predominantly dubstep. You know, house. A lot of you know. Yeah, dubstep, house, a little bit of trap influence, and then, you know, obviously hip hop, and, you know, but I mean, hip hop's kind of everywhere, but like, you know, for EDM wise, you know, you got that, and then up north in Chicago, they like, you know, a lot of they have you got Bass Station and Dub Hub, who are, you know, doing a lot of things for both those genres,
Right.
and then I kind of just focus on, like, you know, the main things I like, so like that's kind of where I'm more gravitated towards, you know, these companies that are more doing those kinds of things. I make all three of those genres of music, so like
For sure.
I try to like be versatile and, you know, like not just you do that. I see that in, you know, tons of your music. You're able to do this well, and do this well. So like that's kind of what it takes.
Every track that I make, like there's always something to learn, like to enhance, like on the next track. So
Absolutely.
that's a good thing about trying the variety. Like in your production, you know, going from like dubstep into trap or trap into house, like just like kind of putting yourself in those atmospheres and playgrounds of other genres, kind of understanding their foundations. Like you can definitely take a lot of those elements and practices and put it into other genres, and you'd be surprised at what kind of interesting ideas and concepts you come up with.
It's funny. I was just talking about that earlier, about how you can take different genres of music and blend them. You know, like that's commonly why I work in drum and bass a lot, because drum and bass has that weird BPM where you can stick it at 165, 155, and I can use hip hop vocals. I can use trap elements and dubstep and slow it down. You know, I've made tracks where it's like 160, but it's dubstep, and then I'll just slow it down on the CDJ. But you know, it'll hit differently because I make it at this certain genre, or this certain BPM. You know, like. But like I said, I try to involve as many elements from different music as possible. You know, I'm originally a trap artist, so like like 4 or 5 years ago, that's what I started making, and then somewhere along the way, I just like kind of fell in love with dubstep and rhythm. But my real passion is drum and bass. I love music that's just, you know, kind of hard, fast, and loud. So that was kind of perfect. I mean, I have obviously some soft spot for hard style too, you know, but everything in that kind of genre and or that BPM range is kind of cherry for me. I'll throw a little bit of house here and there, but those are my main expertises. Yeah, and then experimental trap too. I got actually a track in each one of those genres, or more than one track in each one of those genres.
Right on.
I'm trying to get on the whole hybrid trap wave lately. So,
I mean, there's a lot of good hybrid trap stuff coming out.
I've been seeing a lot of good stuff from the boy Zobstool. Actually, he's all the way out of.
That name's familiar.
Yeah, he just did a show with No Vacancy.
Vegas, no?
In Vegas, yeah. I met him when I was over in him and Vulcan I met when I was over in Florida, and those two dudes are insanely talented. Vulcan just had a couple of releases on Subsidia.
Vulcan with a K, right?
Just VLKN. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, VLKN. Yeah, I think that's that's
on the show.
But that dude's on. His music's is really sick, and he's going some places for sure. And then same with Zobstool. He's got some really interesting and unique music. He's one of those cats too that, you know, doesn't produce anything in one. You know, he's really good at this, really good, you know.
But like, if you were to hear like that song like somewhere without him having to tell you it's the track, you'd be able to recognize it, you know, because the style and like.
Definitely.
That's really cool about those.
I would absolutely say that they have like very unique styles and very unique arrangements to their to their own. Like, not just arrangements, but the style of sounds that they have. Like, definitely with Zobstool, I see like, you know, like a really heavy trap / you know, hybrid trap influence, and I don't think I would have to be told. Same with Vulcan, actually. You know, every track that I've heard from him, there's kind of, you know, those unique bases to himself. But yeah,
all right,
and that's what, you know, I believe every artist is goal, right? You know, is to have that. To create your sound, so to speak, you know.
Right, so, for sure. No, you speak truth to that.
Yeah.
Now, actually, before we get into our next segment, EDM Confessions, I want to talk a little bit more about the music production. Now, quick question: when you get into the studio, when you get into your laptop, or whatever it is you use to make your music, tell me about your process as to how you start a track. Do you start with the intro, breakdown, drums? You start with the drop first, or is it the intro? Like,
okay, so yeah, like that's actually a very good question. So a lot of the time, I don't know why I seem to get drawn into laying out a drop first, but you know, it depends on the style of track. So each track, I get my general idea. Sometimes a track could be started by me hearing some good vocals, and I'll be like, "Oh, what's this at? Where can I play with this?" And then maybe I'll start an intro.
I'm the same with that. Yeah,
you know.
Same.
So, but like for the most part, if I have an idea of like, okay, I want to make this genre of music, I know where I lay my points out, so to speak. You know, like if it's dubstep, I'm like, oh, I'll have my what is it, the fake out right there at 21, and then drop it right there at 25, and then like so to speak. But for the most part, I would probably have to say like the drop, predominantly, and then I just kind of go with the sound design session, and usually by the end of that I have like a song, or like I'll have like elements to something I can use in a song.
Okay.
Obviously not every single thing you're gonna ever make is gonna be just an absolute smashing hit, but most of everything that I like work on, it's used in some element or another.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I like to always keep progressing, so to speak. Like.
Let me ask you something. On the average, how long does it take for you to complete a track that you're satisfied with? Like on the average, does that take you like a day?
Okay, so like to get the whole layout. I'm to the point where I'm laying out like 2 tracks a night. But to have the full mix down and master, that's a completely different story. I've sat there for months. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm sitting on like,
I believe it,
like 30 tracks right now, and like I'm like some of them I've been sitting on for like a year and a half.
God damn.
And like I'm not.
Get them out, dude. Get them out.
Like, hey, that's coming. But
Get
like,
them out.
I like. Don't get me wrong, but like, for me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So like I like to,
sure.
If I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. And especially too, if I'm shoulder to shoulder with some of the best, that's the standard I carry myself to, and not just like,
hey, much respect to that, bro. I feel like a lot more other artists, like you're leading by example by carrying that standard, and like that, by leading that example, it's going to carry on to other people, and they're going to carry on that example and standard as well.
I believe, like change in any level begins at, the level that I'm so to speak at, from the ground up, and a lot of what I'm doing, not just like music wise, business wise, I believe that, action can beget change. If my little giving opportunities people begets a bigger change, and, of other people giving other people opportunities, or, maybe, somebody else getting an opportunity they wouldn't have gotten before that, then it was worth it in my book. So.
All right, that's good. I respect that. I mean, I feel the same way for the most part as well, man.
Yeah.
When you do that for other people, try to get them those opportunities, they get it, they thrive on it, and they continue to keep on doing what they're doing. Like, it's just a really great.
It's just like this endless feedback loop of positivity. You're giving back to what you love, you're getting back what you love. It's just, and it just kind of I feed off of all of my guys' energy. Like each one of them as individuals has their own level that they operate at, and has their own uniqueness, and has their own style of doing things. And it's been interesting to like try and match all these energies, because I've got my really calm and collected guys, I got my really crazy and let's get wild guys, and then I've got everything in between.
Cody,
exactly. Cody's a smart one though. Cody's one of those cats that I've actually, so funny story, I've known him before he was making music, back when he was still just
Did you skate with him?
Yeah, so like a little bit from that. I met him actually after an EXCISION show one night, through a common friend we have, and through Vincent, and then we were just hanging out after his house one night.
Which Vincent?
Rotella.
Oh, true.
So like, long story short, after we were just hanging out, and this was like before he was even serious about producing. Like he had Ableton on his computer. We both started kind of around the same time. But it's crazy. He has a little bit of a musical background. I don't know if you're aware that.
Cody? Getting on the piano?
Yeah,
like,
he's
he knows
behind a piano. That man is a savage.
Like Beethoven.
Yeah, exactly. MIDI.
Shit.
Like that man. I don't know what he like. I'm happy to have him around. Music making wise. But it's crazy to watch how much he's come from. Just being one of those people that's completely untrained. I mean, yes, having the musical background, but minus being self-taught is completely different. I watch a lot of people go to Icon and all these other schools and spend lots of money. I went to MI for like 3 weeks. I realized I was learning more from one night of hanging out with my friends than I was in a month of going to school there, and I'm paying $1,000 a week. I'm sorry, like. if you're worried about making connections, you will make those connections. You will make them. I promise you. You'll run into those people. If you're genuine, if you're nice, and you're willing to play ball, they'll give you an opportunity.
At the end of the day, like you're gonna be able to get those same opportunities, same connections, as long as you'll be able to contribute to the industry, whether that's music, whether that's other avenues like management, booking. Like it's just
whatever may have you, just being original in the way you give back. People see those things. People can see when that person is willing to go the extra mile for what they do, because those are the people that they're going to usually choose to come and work with them, because they know that they're going to go above and beyond.
They know for sure that those people are the long-term people.
Exactly. They're not just here for the short run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I believe it, man. Shit. Well.
Yeah. I try to carry. Like I said, that fundamental fact I carry with me in every bit of my life, whether it's my work life, whether it's my music, whether it's my business, whether it's my personal self. Like I still believe in. Yeah, I really believe in integrity, and not just integrity, but like just going your hardest even when nobody's looking.
You can tell when someone's faking the funk.
Yeah, like and that's another thing too. I just never want to be accused of never doing enough.
Yeah.
Because like those are the people that really I feel get the best opportunities in life.
Right. Yeah. Like for me, I will never fake the funk. Like if I tell you that like I don't know shit. Like for example, you guys can listen to my music, you guys listen to it. And some of you guys might be like, oh yeah, this one knows music theory. I don't know music theory for shit. Like you tell me what key this shit is in, I'm gonna tell you go fuck yourself. I don't know shit. Yeah. Like I don't know what this key is in, but I know like I play this in this chord, and then I lay over like the melody over it. I'm like, okay, this sounds good.
Like chord progression.
Like, you could tell like when you hit certain keys and a certain chord progression, you're like, yeah, this shit ain't hidden. And then you hit those certain notes, you're like, oh yeah, this sounds right. Like you could just you can just feel it. And you just, for me, I won't fake the fun. I'll tell you straight up, like, hey, like I'm not like a crazy ass talented like musical genius by no means, but I could put a kick drum and snare together, put a little synth together, and I'll make, I'll be able to give you something that's music,
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, and like. I believe that I'm not even at the.
I'm no Cody.
Yeah, exactly. I manage and watch these people that are insanely talented at what they do, and I can't even hold a candle to some of these people. I make music. I love making music. I can't sit here and say that I'm the best. Right. But I believe that comparison is the death of happiness. If you're gonna sit here and always be like, oh well, this person's better and this is better and this is, you're just gonna constantly be comparing yourself, and it's not about that. It's just about doing what you love, making something great. Every time you make something, you get better. So like, if you just think about it like, hey, if I put out 1,000 tracks, somebody told me once that a Joyride has like over 5,000 unreleased tracks. Think about that for a second. 5,000 unreleased tracks. Like, that's just throwaway. Like, we're not even talking about the stuff he has out. So like, if that guy can produce that much,
sounds pretty bizarre.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. And this is coming from somebody that sat there on his laptop and looked at it was like, yeah, I can't even believe this guy has that many songs. It's some crazy high number. Like
where they at though?
I don't exactly. I don't know where these tracks are. I don't know
if the Oslo contract. It's Oslo contract.
I don't know if he ever plans on releasing them. I don't know like the exact number. I was just kind of given a general number. I was just told that he kept scrolling down, and he just kept like seeing originals. So like, I can't even put a number. Like maybe that was high, maybe that was low. I don't know. But the point is like that should just give you an idea of like what it takes, because like look at that guy, look where he's at, that guy gets paid what, like 90 grand, 100 grand a show, up there with some of the top 3 or top 10 paid musicians, at least from like that genre of music. Mm-hmm. You've got like, I think that the top 2 right now are Peekaboo and Rez. Yeah. And funny story, how they do their marketing is they only put out once a year, and they only take bookings once a year.
Oh.
If you notice that, they only put out one thing, like one big, series of projects, and then they don't do anything for the rest of the year. And then they only take one tour booking a year. And then for some reason it creates this huge demand. And
I
don't want to say it's a marketing ploy, but it's a very effective strategy. I will say that.
If you pay much more closer attention, you'll be able to able to see everything. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at their fan bases, they have very, very devout. I mean, their music's, insane. So like, obviously they're gonna have people that support them, and to keep keep the people waiting kind of makes sense,
right,
you know?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
true,
it kind of
true.
keeps people anticipated, you know? Like you never know what their next move's going to be, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, you're
But-
right. You're right.
Or
Well,
like when that move happens, you know that this is going to be a big one because it's the one for the year, you know, so to
Yep.
speak. So yeah, that's one way of looking at it, right?
again, yeah, pay closer attention to these tour announcements. Like you see the patterns, you'll be able to do the things yourself. And, make it effective as well.
Yeah, I like I said that these are all techniques that I've just tried to take from at the level of where I've watched really successful people, succeed. Like I'm a thorough believer of if you want to be somewhere, you got to look around at the people that are there. You know, how did they get there? You know, how can they do it better? How can you do it better? How in every I'm like a play through every scenario. I played the tape all the way out. So like
I see what you're saying.
yeah, you
Right.
you kind of got to look at it from every aspect of like like me to them to me. Also, not just that, like in what areas. Kind of almost learning from everything around you. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make.
I got you.
Whether it's for music making, whether it's for getting shows, whether it's for you can if you really want something, you can just find somebody who's doing it and find your own rendition of it. I believe like I don't mean copy. No one's gonna like a copycat. You have to like really be original in your delivery. And like the way you go about things, but like I believe that like fundamentally wise, a lot of things are the same. You just kind
Maybe a lot of copycats.
yeah. There, you'll see for every dime there's a dozen, right?
Like white elephant, like God
Yeah.
damn it. But hey, speaking about like different scenarios, let's get right into our next segment,
Yeah.
EDM Confessions. So
Okay.
this segment right here, are you familiar with this segment?
No.
So this segment, what we do here in EDM Confessions, is pretty much just opens up a little bit more about your personality within the dance music scene.
Okay.
So a lot of these cards right here, and this is what it is. It's pretty much a card game that we do here.
Okay.
And these cards right here contain either questions or scenarios that you put yourself in, and
Okay.
it's pretty much like what you would do if you were put in this scenario, or I'm gonna ask you a question, you answer it, and it's pretty much a lot of it's like dance music related stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
So-
in. I'm in.
So I mean, you'll like it.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk a little bit more after
Yeah,
these
yeah.
topics, and maybe to kick it off, we'll start off with you. Maybe you ask me something, and then that way you kind of get a groove as to what we do.
Okay.
So yeah, you go ahead and start off and ask me a
Alright.
question.
I think this one says, "Would you rather be a shuffler or a glover, and why?"
Oh, I think I've answered this in past episodes, and I'm always gonna say shuffler, just because.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I was shuffling, that was my first introduction to EDM. So when I was shuffling, when people started shuffling, I'm like, what the fuck? What do you shuffle to? Oh yeah, you shuffle to like techno or like hardstyle or Moon Boy and shit, or like that's when the actual like Moon Boy, like
Yeah, the
actual
original.
shuffle
Yeah,
kit and
yeah.
shit, yeah. And then they were playing hardstyle music, they were playing like techno, and I was like, all right, bet. So I'm gonna just keep on listening to this
Yeah.
techno music. And this is in middle school, so
Yeah, fun fact. I used to be one of those kids who liked one of those, a lot of those like DJ blend videos of all the kids
same.
shuffling and stuff like that. That's actually what kind of drew me into EDM was like, that aspect of it.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
So I was shuffling. I was like, okay. And I would see videos of people shuffling at these like big ass like events. I'm like, oh shit. And then I'll see EDC videos. I'm like, oh, what the fuck's the EDC? And this is like 09, 2010. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? This shit's happening in LA. Like, this is some big ass.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big.
They
for
doing it
me,
big, yeah.
The way I was seeing it, because shuffling was like popping. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
this is a big shuffler meet. Like, I'm gonna go into
Yeah.
the shuffler meet. I'm gonna kick it with everybody. But I think that same year was the last year.
Yeah, it was
whole
actually
thing.
the very last year that they had it there, and then after that they took like.
And so I was fucked. That happened when I was like 14, bro. So I had to wait till 2014 till I was actually 18, so I could go to my first
Yeah.
rave. And I was waiting for my first rave to be EDC Las Vegas. And since then, dude, like just because of shuffling, I'm always just gonna say shuffler.
Yeah,
I can't do
yeah.
the glove and shit, bro. It's just too.
Yeah, I don't think I have the hand dexterity
I'll
for
bring
that.
the fucking joint.
But like I definitely love. There's just something that's really what's the word transfixing about people when they dance and the like different styles that they bring for different genres of music. I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff. I've even seen people shuffle the dubstep, believe it or not. But like, hey, some people are able to do just anything well, in my opinion. There's just those people out there, and I've seen it. I don't know.
Any way you want to express dance music, like we've all seen it, how people do it. So I mean, dubstep, trap, drum and bass. I mean, you go to a rave and you'll see pretty
Yeah,
much
that's
how
what I
people
mean.
express
You'll-
themselves, you know?
Exactly. It's just I think it's more about that. I think it's more about the fact that they're expressing themselves. You can see the joy that it brings them. I think that when happiness is kind of like it spreads. Like you see one person happy doing what they're doing, they're like, okay. It's like you ever been to a show and you've never seen nobody dancing, and then you always see that one kid who just like, all right, I'm gonna kick it off, and then everybody just starts going in.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
it's
right.
exactly like that. In my opinion. So, but
You're right.
Every situation is different. I
True.
think. Yeah.
I'll definitely be a chauffeur in this
Yeah.
situation. But
That's a good answer.
I got you right here, brother.
Okay.
I got a question for you. I believe you might like this one. I'm actually interested to hear what you're gonna say for this.
Okay.
If you had a rider, what would it be on it? And just let us know.
Oh, rider. Definitely no alcohol because I don't drink.
That's good. That's really good.
Just more so, just want to be more focused on music, and I don't want anything that takes away from that. But that's just me personally. Like, hey, I'm more power to anybody that drinks. Like I, used to. It's not for me.
All right, so you have some waters in there.
Yeah. Like definitely, probably like.
Finger food.
Yeah, no, just like Red Bull. I'm like one of those kids that like loves energy drinks. I like a bunch of 5-hour energy drinks. I love what Sweet Tooth and Level did with the whole Capri Sun thing. Like,
what did they do?
They're like on every single rider they have to have Capri Suns.
Oh,
It's
really?
like the only drink you can have in your mouth while you're chopping right up. That's the joke. So it's like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. All right, so pretty much water. Like any food?
I mean,
or not really. Not food.
Snack pack? I don't know. Not like some fruit snacks or something.
I got you.
Nothing crazy. I mean, I'm not like.
It's just simple.
Yeah, I'm a really simple dude. Like I'm really like simplicity and like.
Got you.
When it comes to just like, I'm more just like eye on the prize.
Right.
Like, yeah, like I don't know, and I mean maybe I haven't had enough time yet to think about that. That's actually it's funny. That's the first time I've ever actually even thought about that, and that's something. But I'm glad you brought that up. So,
hey man,
it's something
at a certain point, especially when you're a music artist, once you start booking shows, start asking what you want. Well, man, you'll be able to have that privilege and be like, yeah, I want fucking pink Skittles and a fucking.
Somebody
tub.
told me that they were like, I want pink and yellow Skittles separated or something like that, and like they got super mad because they just dumped the whole bowl of Skittles, and they're like how dare you not what is it? Separate these.
Separate
from me?
them.
I'm just like,
damn,
wow,
that's like so many bags.
Yeah,
You gotta purchase. Fucking a.
so
All right,
extra.
brother. So here you go. Go ahead. Next question.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, my bad. Oh, okay. You're in charge of the lineup, and you can only book 3 DJs. Who are you booking?
I answered this last week. Oh, I wonder what I said. Oh, I think I went with the OG trap lineup. Did I? I think it was the OG trap lineup. I did. Yeah. Well, shit. Let's switch it up. Let's definitely switch it up. I want to do a house lineup.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely throwing in AC Slater. Like no doubt
Okay.
about it. Veteran. Been making house. Been involved in the house music scene for fucking more than a decade.
Yeah.
More than a decade. More than 2 decades, I believe, brother. Fuck. Like I mean, he's just been in the game.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah.
I mean, talking about throwing a show, especially like bringing the origin of just dance music, house music. Like you gotta put AC Slater in that bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, for me, it's just. That's one of the cats I'll put on the lineup. The other two, since we're gonna keep it house, believe it or not, I'm a really big fan of Joyride. Like
I love Joyride.
I've seen Joyride at the Yost Theater when he had his tour.
Yeah.
He brought out the car. I'm pretty sure you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was one of the first years too. He started like doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was great years. White Rabbit Group, Havoc Thursdays. You already know how the fuck, dude.
It's crazy too because if you looked at everybody who worked with those companies, they've gone off to do some crazy things, and I'm proud of them. I love like maybe not White Rabbit. So like they're doing their thing up in Portland. I still love them too. Like but like to watch all the individuals, or maybe just a choice amount of those individuals go on and do some great things. It's really it's really it makes me more it just motivates me just that much more to kind of get out there and do what I do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then the third artist would be Deadmau5.
Okay, that's kind of like the the quintessential, like if you could pick, if money wasn't like anything, if I could have any 3 people in the world, that might be on my list too.
Like the lineup is a little questionable, but I think just to kind of.
I mean, it's a personal preference. Like me, I would have probably gone with something similar. I may have gone with A-Track. And you know, A-Track, like I love his music. If we're talking about house or like, you know, Wax Motif or somebody.
Yeah,
but like I like that really tropical, like sunburn house, you know, like or deep. I know, like you know, but like I like really melodic stuff, even in like, you know, dubstep too. Like I love, you know, the constant blend of something that's really hard, but it's super, you know, like it has a lot of melody to it. You know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's, you know, it's like a really good blend of both areas. I mean, A-Track's a little bit more on the, you know, melody side, but he's just got hits, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, A-Track, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, what is it?
Yeah.
Dance to Your Dead or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, anything that got like it gets you on Project X, you know, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And man's doing something right, and that's like before they were like even putting like, you know, bigger DJs on like, you know, soundtracks and stuff like that. Like,
true.
You had like, you know, certain people that made it, but there wasn't like anybody at that kind of, you know, point in time for, you know, that genre of, you know, music. I mean, I don't even think they really put house music really in like music. Like they probably did before that, but you know, like I don't think any like bigger artists. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know.
I got you.
I don't know.
Yeah, but those would be my lineup right there.
Okay, that's a fire lineup.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Tell me a time you got lost at a festival.
Oh my god. Tell me a time I'm not lost at a festival. I'm just like let's see.
Just tell me a good crazy fucking lost story that happened to you.
I mean, there's some good ones. I'm gonna keep them G-rated because there's some funny ones too. But
I mean, they could keep it R-rated.
Yeah. I mean, I was walking around Nocturnal once and I just found a whole duffel bag full of illicit things. And I'm not even kidding, like a duffel bag, like
duffel bag.
A lot of stuff in it. But I'm not gonna get into all that. But I think the worst lost I've ever been was like an EDC. I was supposed to be I was working for a vendor actually, and completely had no phone. Actually, I'd lost it. I had a phone, but it was kind of similar to this, a little smashed up. So I was just kind of wandering aimlessly for, you know, a little bit. But I mean, it's as wandering as aimlessly as finding music, and it's not really like you make friends along the way. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I have like I try to like have like a little bit of a sense of direction, so to speak. So I don't really call it lost as so much as like on the way, you know.
Yeah, you're navigating.
Yeah. It's like it's not so much about the destination as it is about the journey, right?
Yeah, it's just like, that fuck it. I'm just, you know, taking a spontaneous route at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like quick run over here, quick. You know, I have a lot of, especially too with some of the people I go to like festivals with. They have like very different choices in music, you know, especially just across the board. You know, I'll have a lot of friends that like house music, and I love house music too. But if something, you know, in the dubstep or drum and bass department's going on, you know, I'm already in there like swimwear. So, you know, like,
yeah, I got you.
Most of the time, I'm not afraid to go take an adventure by myself. I don't know. I like adventure. You know, I like I love meeting new people and getting into new situations. So it's a perfect opportunity to do that. So.
I mean, and you're at a rave, like people like this.
I think that's kind of the point, music, you know. It's like you know, a lot of people overlook the fact that like a lot of people go there alone and have some of the most like, you know, incredibly fun times, you know, just by themselves because of, you know, it pushes them to kind of get in a situation where you don't know anybody. Right. You know, you're just kind of like, all right, well, this is boring if I'm just sitting here by myself. Why don't I talk to this person that looks like they're having a great time? Next thing you know, you just met friends that you're probably going to know for years, you know, or for however long. You know, not every friend you're going to meet is for years, but you get the, you know, just to cultivate that environment is, you know, really interesting to me. And that's why I try to like always, you know, wherever I go, try to push myself to, you know, get out there and do things that are, you know, outside of my comfort zone. You know, like for a long time I used to not, you know, DJ and produce because I was really I don't want to say like I wasn't great around people, but I was just like that. I wasn't ready for that energy yet, you know. Oh, okay. I wasn't able to like handle that energy yet. But now, you know, being a few years of, you know, talking to people, doing things, it really kind of honed that down to like, yo, now I know this is what I want to do.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and like I don't care how long I got to do it. There's people that have been sitting here 10 years in the game. There's people that have been sitting here 2 years in the game and on top. So whatever it takes, I will do it.
Shit, get down on your knees.
Oh, whoa. All right, Bernstein, not playing.
That's what I'm saying. hey, that's what I'm saying. You go to all these shows. You look at some of these artists, a lot of these people in the industry. Look at their knees. They look a little red sometimes.
I mean, hey, you know,
Look
it is
a little
someone who
red.
you
Look a
know,
little
right?
red.
Who you know.
So, hey, your knees are looking a little red right there, buddy. But I'll see. Yeah, good set though. Good set. But you have another question for me, or?
Oh yeah, I got the last. Oh yeah, here we go. Light show or headbang?
I'm gonna go. Well, so this is our edition of Truth or Dare. So light show meaning truth, headbang meaning dare. So I'm gonna go with the light show. I'm gonna go with truth. So you can ask me any question you want.
Okay, let's see. Truth. If you could have any dream collab in the world, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Skrillex seems too easy. Cause I feel like a lot of people would say Skrillex like off the bat, but I think that's like pretty. I think that's too obvious. Dream collab, honestly, just to fucking throw people off. EXCISION.
If he made his own music, but yeah.
You don't think he makes
spoiler
his own
alert!
music?
Yeah, for like the
Nah.
last like 15 years. I mean, like
You don't think he makes his music?
I know he doesn't make his own music. Fun fact. Here, story time. So, you ever heard the song? You ever heard the song Rumble? Right? No, I heard this from Megalodon. Megalodon was staying at my house for 2 weeks.
EXCISION Spaceless is the collab?
Yeah. So, like, fun fact. You know why I got released on Never Say Die? EXCISION was having Space Laces Ghost produce his music for like I don't know 5-6 years. Space Laces finally got tired of it being like making all this crazy music and was like, I'm gonna go make music on my own. EXCISION stole the song and was gonna release it on Subsidia. And Schism called him, and I know because Corey was sitting in the hotel room talking to him, and is like sitting here saying that if you release this song on Subsidia, you will never have another Never Say Die artist for Lost Lands ever again. So they like not only are you releasing on Never Say Die, you're putting Space Lace's name on it. So that's the reason EXCISION got his only Never Say Die release.
I did not know that.
Learn something new every day, right? Story time with Matt. Or Young Optikz.
So I could take your word for it.
Yeah. Just take my word on that one.
Shit.
I couldn't even make that up.
But honestly, you hear a lot of these stories though, like all these artists that are touring, getting more bigger in the scene, like they just at a certain point they just don't end up having that time, and they just rather just have someone else make that shit for them.
I mean, like I completely understand from the level of like where he's at. You're talking about a man who like every time he makes a move is like a couple $1 million. So like to completely focus on your brand, I like that's like one of those few instances where I'm gonna like say it's okay. Because like when you're focused on your brand is so big, you're not just a music maker. You're not just an artist. You're not just a label. You're not just a festival. You're not you've got your hand in so many different things. You know how much coordination and energy and time and attention that takes.
That's 24/7, bro.
Yeah, that's 24/7. Just that. We're not even talking about like, hey, if I get around to making music. So like am I okay with him having his stuff ghost produced? Yeah. Am I saying it's okay for people to get their stuff ghost produced? Absolutely
I don't
not.
want to believe this, dude.
I don't want to believe it either. I used to be like one of those like hardcore. I'm still kind of like I'm at every single EXCISION show, and I'm only there because of the openers. Honestly, the openers always go harder than EXCISION, and I think we can agree on that. Usually,
yeah. I mean, he does get a lot of sick ass openers. I mean,
yeah, but
I've gone to his show.
I think personally, like to play an EXCISION show, you have to bring that extra little something when it comes to bass music. Like whatever they're bringing for Lost Lands, that's what they're bringing right there.
You're right.
So like I think that really as a bass artist or as somebody who makes dubstep in particularly, it kind of puts that pressure on them like, yo, we got to make this extra sick.
Okay.
We do it big, but now we're going to do it really big, So, I don't that's just me.
My mind's fucked right now, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot to process, I know.
Oh man. Let me process this real quick. Oh my god. Woo! That is some shit. But fuck it. We're just gonna go to the next topic. I got one more question for you. So I'm actually very curious to know what this is. Create a name for a new EDM genre.
That's a good one. Okay.
Who was it? Robert made this question here. So yeah, shout out Robert.
What have past guests said? No, that doesn't matter. Wow. Let's see. You really got me on the spot here. Let's be original for a second.
Spotlight series.
Right.
Grab some, dude. Meltdown's I think he's.
Oh yeah, that's
I think
the
it
boy.
has like CBD.
Does
Some
it?
shit.
I mean, hey, he makes some
I don't
fire
know.
edibles. That's all I know.
He does. Yeah, shout
he
out
does.
Meltdown.
Hell yeah.
A little promotion, you know. He's playing June 10 at Low End too. We're gonna have him.
Oh, you're having him out?
Yeah, remember another show? Yeah, June 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up on that one.
I just confirmed it before he pulled up. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Oh, and I got some news too. Actually, I just picked up some people today.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
That's good.
All right, what was I gonna say? So back to the subject at hand. Wow, that's a hard one.
Yeah, bro. The EDM super gods came up to you like, "Hey, bro, we need a new
No.
tomorrow."
I feel like I don't want to give a wrong answer here because I don't want to do like something not justice. You know what I mean? Like not to like. I feel like if you come up with a new idea, that's got to be something original. Like you can't just like.
Okay, I got you.
You know, like
Yeah,
you know what I
makes
mean?
sense.
Like
Yeah,
it's got to
yeah.
wow. And you know, I mean, that's kind of like the question to any music maker. What can I do original here?
Right.
I mean, some kind of.
Yeah, one word, or maybe
Just like
maybe
one,
two
yeah,
words. Maybe,
yeah. That's
maybe
what I'm
two
trying to like.
words.
That's what I'm trying to like find the word here.
Is it a merge? Is it like a combination? Of
Yeah, I would
two
definitely.
styles,
Yeah,
or-
probably be like a subgenre within something else, or like and not just that. Maybe a combination of stuff. Like
Okay.
I don't even know. Like maybe some like dirty trap and call it trash can trap or something. Yeah, trash trap. Let's go.
Trash trap.
Yeah, let's
Hey,
go.
make trash music.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, they used to call Rhythm Swamp, so like,
For reals?
yeah, like literally back when it was like Getter was still making Rhythm. Like,
Swamp music.
Yeah, they used to call it Swamp. So like, I don't know what that means.
Nah, I mean-
Somebody told me that.
Yeah, I'm not too focused on like how Rita started. Like,
Yeah, neither am I.
Shit.
I just used to like, so I used to work for what was that company called? Heavy Dubs, back when Kevin Mack and Danny DeFusco used to own their own production company.
Does it ring a bell? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. They were back in like the earlier days of like kind of like back when like the Gremlins and The Force and all those people were making music and they just kind of like the only reason I'm even aware of any of this stuff is because like I used to do a lot of work for them and then in kind of because of that I just saw these people playing and got to experience those things. But yeah.
All right, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, all right, well, trash can
trap. Let's go.
All right, I fuck with it.
Trademark. Let's go.
Hey, yeah. Hey,
Might be onto something.
hey, when someone knows you're onto something, man, they're gonna try to copycat. Trust.
Checks out. Yeah, no, it happens a lot, and that's something I had to learn about more than
Patent
once.
your shit, trademark your shit, cause
Yeah.
they out here trying to rob your shit.
Or if you're gonna do something unique, just leave the unique part out of it because they'll copy the only thing that's unique about it. Trust me on that.
Oh yeah, and they'll just put it into something else for sure.
I mean, I had that happen to me not too long ago. I posted an unreleased song. It was a collab actually. It was a Dragon Ball Z vocal that I used, and like I didn't even release it yet, and then somehow like some cat on Brain Sick Records, I don't even remember his name, I'm not even gonna give him a plug on that, had the exact same vocal and the exact same arrangement, and he was part of this like what is it like not what do they call those engagement groups? Because I posted it online.
Oh man, I got those
so like he just heard the vocal and was like, oh, I'm gonna like didn't even try to change it. Like I would have been okay. Like if like and here's the funny part. Where I found it, there's like literally like 1,000 videos to choose from. You chose the one that I happened to, like, come on. Like
Coincidence,
and that's fine.
bro, coincidence.
No, and it's fine. You know what? Hey, it was my fault, because like that's what I get for putting an idea out there, but that's what I'm saying. You just gotta kinda brush it off, no big deal. Hey, you know what? If your only problem is to come up with an original idea, I ain't got no problems. I'll come up with, as many as it takes. So,
Yeah, I got it.
just another one. That's just throwaway at that point, so.
Okay.
And plus everything from that project too, like ended up turning it into a bunch of crazy stuff. So I'm like not even that sad about it.
It's already. Is that already?
No, but me and the homie Black Lotus. It's actually a 3-way collab now. It's Black Lotus, Bvss Tactic, and myself, and we're gonna release it as a free download. Black Lotus did the guitar samples in the beginning, and
hell
then
yeah.
me and Bvss Tactic went in on the drop.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
excited to hear that. I'll be
Yeah,
check that out.
I'm very
Well,
excited.
I mean,
about
it
that
seems like that's one of your announcements happening in the near future. Let's get on with like your.
Oh yeah, so
what you got coming up within the next couple of weeks, couple months? Any live streams, shows, music?
So let's see.
Let us know, bro.
July 17th, I'm playing in Denver with the Death Star Cult Tour. Scafetta, Dub Vader, Do Badly and all the boys over there. Once again, shout outs to Magnetic Oasis for having us out. Gonna try and make some more moves while I'm out there. I just picked up, my announcement was I just picked up Mr. J, actually. I don't know if you know who he is. He's on
sounds familiar, actually.
He just had 2 subsidiary releases on the last comp. So like he has one with autocorrect and one with Bassgasm.
Okay.
They're like features, I believe, but he's an up and coming artist out of Philly, and him and the boys at Obsidian are doing some big things over there. So I'm glad to have him on the team, and have another person that I can get opportunities for that I know is equally as hungry for this as I am.
Okay.
So and like that's the main thing I'm focused on, being keeping the company around me of people that cultivate that energy. Like we all want this, like, but not like like to where we're being reckless. No, we just want this, and we're being smart and like making those moves in the
making the moves, chasing the dream, bro. I like
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Like it.
And yeah, you just need like-minded individuals. Once something gets big, you're gonna need many hands make light work, so to speak. But at the same time, I'm not like I handpick every single person. I like know what their strengths are. Like, remember what I was telling you about, learning different people and their strengths and their weaknesses and their different types of personality.
Right.
I've managed to take all of these people, and individually they're all really talented. They don't even need me. That I just provide an extra something, and more so in the sense of giving them opportunities and exposure that they maybe normally wouldn't have. Reaching some people that are from Philly, some people that are from Florida. You got to look at these people. These people to play in California, like me and you, this is just like something we do every day. For some people, that's like some people save like their whole year just to take a vacation here. You know that? It's crazy to think about.
Sure,
They
you're right.
take all their money they make in the year just to come out here for like a week or two.
It's California.
We're so like what is it? Like jaded to the natural beauty and the not just that, the readily availableness of like our industry. You have to go pretty far in most places to even be close to EDM music. In California, we're really spoiled with Insomniac basically throwing something every week, and then if it's not Insomniac, it's some of the boys. Or if it's not it's somebody else. It's just. It's I love that. It's partially why I do what I do, because there's such a strong culture of that here. Like I thoroughly believe that, next to Denver, there's nobody else that has it like that. Like EDM wise. Yeah, at least in America, like unless you're going to Rampage and where they're playing drum and bass in like coffee shops. Like you go into Starbucks and they're playing drum and bass. So it's like
yeah, that's what's up. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, they don't really like. It's not really Starbucks, like cafes.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, you get what I mean. It's like that's the kind of culture it is there. Like they like house music and like EDM music's a little more mainstream. Like it's mainstream here. You got your Avicii's, you got your your Martin Garrix's and your whatever's playing on the radio. But I mean, like they have like Sub Focus and Wilkinson and those kinds of people playing on the radio there.
Right.
And that's it's really interesting to see like. That's why I'm so passionate about drum and bass, because I feel that it really carries you places. Looking at these big music festivals that I want to play at, I look at the the genres that are hosted the most, and that's partially why I make so much music, because I like to or different genres of music, because I like to be able to have something for everything. I have something in the hybrid trap department. I have something in the freeform bass department. I have something in the jump up and drum and bass department. Something in the house department. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a something for everything, kind of so to speak. And yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Just trying to reach to any avenue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just once again I just try to look at the top levels of things. What will get me the most amount of not necessarily plays. I don't really care about that. Like I just care about like. Making the best possible music and then getting the best possible opportunities from that. It's like, if you're going to make a move, make sure that every, ounce of energy that you're putting into that move, you're getting back, and like, sometimes you make your moves work for you,
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's what I'm really about too, is,
Hey man, well I'm really excited to see a lot of your moves come into play these next couple of weeks or so. I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
I'm gonna actually do a free release in a couple of weeks too. Like,
you should, honestly,
yeah,
you should.
I think I got some drum and bass I've been sitting on, and it's about time. I'm gonna let that out the archive. And no, in the next, so basically, I'm trying to make a list of 50 right now, and I'm up to 25.
Okay.
And once I hit that list of 50, I'm gonna just start dropping like once a month, once in a once every couple of months, maybe probably once every 60 days or so.
Okay, I got you.
I really wanted to make a push in having different music in different genres. I want to have like 15 drum and bass songs. I want to have 15 hybrid trap songs. I want to have like 30, dubstep songs, just to show the versatility, like I feel, and you see it a lot, there's a lot of people that just kind of make the same kinds of music. And I'm not going to put anybody to shame or that. If that's what you love to do and that's what you're great at, do it. But I'm saying in order to be successful and operate on the level of, up here, where everybody else is at, you have to be not only versatile, you have to not only know how to do it all and be able to market yourself and do all these and, why would you limit yourself of being in a box?
Yeah.
So like
straight up.
That's just me. Like,
Yeah.
And don't get it wrong, I love rhythm. I love dubstep and I love drum and bass individually, but like I wouldn't do myself justice to just stay in one of those lanes,
No, you're right.
Like I watch people, even like some of the biggest people, they, if you really look at them, they make more than like, I think, who is it? Murder. He was like, I make like 12 different kinds of music. He like went down a list of all, and he played like a track from each one. So he like makes like, like 12, 15 different kinds of music, but you only know him for dubstep.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even though he's great at just, he's on this big label, for this and that, he still does like a ton of other stuff. And I guarantee that those, lessons he takes from there play some factor into his music there.
Okay, I got you.
Like whether it's mixed down, whether it's sound design, whatever it is, I've just learned that, what you do over here will often influence what you do over here, Like,
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I think that's what style is, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, man, I'm excited to see, hear more of your music. I'm gonna keep staying updated. I do have it here, social tag as well, for all your fans and everybody that's like tuning in, knowing about you for the first time. They could go follow you, stay updated.
Yeah, I just dropped a mix too for. I just got hosted on where was it? Code Lockdown and Brain Six stream. But I think it was last week. Yeah, last week. But I just put up the live mix. But I got a bunch of unreleased music in there as well. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg with like the unreleased music I got. Like I said, I'm thoroughly trying to sit on this until it's, when I come out with this next series of stuff, it's gonna be a whole new like aspect of me in my music you haven't seen before. So like that's what I'm pushing for.
I'm excited, bro. Still made me wait too long, bro.
No. You only gotta wait 2 more weeks for that new song.
All right, it sounds good.
I walked in here and I wasn't sure about it, but you know what? After sitting here and thinking about it, 100%. I already got a few that are already ready to go. So like, you know what? I think maybe we'll fire this first one off until I can get that 50 list, and if it takes a little longer, then I think we'll fire another one off. We got if all you need is more music, we can always make more music, right?
Hey, facts.
And it only gets better.
Hey, I like your mentality. I like the way you see things. Optikz, once again, bro, thanks for coming through to the Spotlight series.
Thank you for having me.
And it's a pleasure to kind of hear you, speak about your experience with the industry, from being a music producer, DJing, being a manager for all these artists, putting them on, giving them opportunities, just trying to, do more in the industry. I mean, it's just incredible to see you and all these other people, take those avenues, because it's a lot of work and you want to contribute to your passion more. And I really felt that everyone that was like listening today and watching the video, got to know more about you. Because maybe some people were like, oh yeah, he's a DJ or he's a music producer.
Yeah, it can be a little confusing because
yeah.
I don't really specify a whole lot of what I do, and plus like what I do is like 8 different jobs in one. It's like marketing, it's promotions, it's booking, it's managing, it's brand and content development, it's like just all these different and networking, there's all these little aspects that go into it. But I just mostly, if anything I want you to take away from this, I just want people to focus on the music. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to represent these people. If you guys got a second, go on to my Dark and Disturbed page. Go check out all the artists there. Extremely talented. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping some new music here very shortly, and I promise you guys are going to love that.
Hey, well, I'm excited, man. Once again, I'll make sure to leave the social tag right here for everyone to follow you.
Perfect.
Optikz, thanks again for coming through to the spotlight. Much
you.
appreciated. And, you know, I'm going to keep following you. And, you know, hopefully everyone that's tuning in for the first time, you know, follow you, that are watching you. And, you know, I'm going to stay updated for any shows, any music, man. I'll be there around.
You're going to see a lot of moves coming up in the next, I think it's 90 days, whether it's... I don't want to blow the secret just quite yet, but I got my guys on some bigger tours, and then also some bigger announcements as well, with some releases coming from my guys on some bigger labels. So
right on.
Like I said, I can't give you all the juicy deets yet, but I promise you will not be displeased on what's next for me and all the guys at Dark and Disturbed.
Juicy details will come out. 200 subscribers. But make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys liked the episode.
Definitely go follow my boy.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and follow, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up on the video. Follow us on Lucid Tempo on all social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure to follow me as well, Husky Bass. Make sure to follow Zion Don at Zion Don _ and also True Rob. That's the other profile that Robert does as well. Optikz, thanks again for coming through. Much appreciated, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Thank you. See you guys then.